Firstly, sorry to hear the horrible news, and must be very sad being someone that you knew closely and for a long time. Where were you when you heard the news?
I was actually in my car, and I got a call from my daughter, who was crying profusely, to tell me that she wanted to know if it was true that Whitney had passed, and I told her I didn't know, because I had to wait till I get home to find out. But you know, that's been happening a lot to me lately. You know, that those impact deaths, where, you know, people that you're not even expecting, and you turn around and hear they're gone. So Whitney was a great impact on me, because Whitney was like family. You know, I've known her family forever, and great loss.
Have you spoken to her family or reached out to anyone since the news?
Well, yes, I have. I spoke with her mother today, and I also reached out to Dion. I haven't heard back from her yet, but I did talk to Sis, and you know, she of course is devastated, and as I am. I mean, I'm devastated too, because, like I said, it was sudden impact. You don't expect it. The same thing happened with Michael. You know, it's sudden impact, and then Don Caney, it's sudden impact. You just so I'm in recovery mode.
Of course. And Whitney, you knew her from a very young age, right? How old was she when you first met Whitney?
Oh gosh, I hate to date myself, but you know, Whitney, let's see, was 48, so she was probably about maybe 8.
Wow. And what do you remember most when you about Whitney when you first met her?
That she was a pretty little girl, and that was it, because I knew her mom, I knew her family, you know, so she was just a pretty little girl, and that's all I remember about her. I mean, she was, you know, we of course didn't have any conversations or anything at that time, but gosh, like I said, she was family.
Seeing you were so close to her, when she battled all those years of addiction and everything, that must have been very hard. You know,
it was hard to watch.
Yeah.
You know, but when a person is in that state, many times, the people who care the most about them, or the people that they're closest to, are the ones that they avoid.
Right.
So I'm sure she was in that place when she was, you know, in that state of mind.
Did you ever give her any advice or speak to her when she was going through those hard times?
No, because like I said, I could not reach her.
Really?
Yeah.
When was the last time you spoke to Whitney?
I spoke to Whit. I saw Whit a couple months ago, and the last time I had a conversation or a time with her where we could sit down and just conversate and laugh and talk was about a year ago. She and I were both rehearsing at a rehearsal facility in Burbank, and so that was the last time we had a chance to just one-on-one.
And how was she doing then?
She was doing great. I was so happy. She was looking so good, and she was sounding so good and feeling good, and I was very happy.
Your fondest memory of knowing Whitney and being a part of her life?
My fondest memory, I guess, would be just the pride that I felt in seeing her doing what she was doing, and the night that she won all the Grammys and all that. You know, when you know somebody from the time they're a kid, you know, and they grow up, and you see all those wonderful things that they're doing, and their wonderful gift being shared with the world like that. Whitney had a very special gift. You know, God had blessed her so much with this wonderful gift. And a gift like that only comes along once in a blue moon.
Yeah. How do you think Whitney would want people to remember her? How do you think she'd want people to remember her?
I think she would want people to remember her like I'm going to remember. I'm going to remember the positive things. I'm going to remember the joy that she brought to people, and the how much she gave of herself to make people feel good. And when she opened her mouth, blessings came out through her voice, her music, her incredible, astounding vocal ability that brought joy to people all over the world. And I'm going to think of her positively. She was my little sister, and I'm going to miss her. You know, Whit was a cool person. she was a good person. I mean, she was a joy to be around. So I'm gonna miss her.